Today we're going to be breaking down Salvage Run, and we're going to be taking a look at a couple of the different things within Salvage Run. First, let's talk about gear drops. Gear drops work in the opposite triangle that they work in for Onslaught. So in Onslaught, Imperial gives Chaos badges. That means Imperial is going to give Xenos gear in Salvage Run. Xenos is going to give Chaos gear, and Chaos is going to give Imperial gear. We'll hop right into a Imperial Salvage Run here and see what we got going on. Some of my favorite units is to always bring one member of the Adeptus Sororitas for Salvage Run because they have Active Faith. Active Faith means they can guarantee crit, which means that on the second to last turn, when we get the one salvage box, the impenetrable box, the strong box that needs to be crit, we can go ahead and take it out. So things that matter here is that anything that blows up and does damage is not going to be able to be attacked by your units. So talking about any of the things that explode, any of the red drums that explode, any of the ammo boxes, your units simply will pass their turn and not attack them automatically. So it's going to be up to you to kill those. You're going to want to keep your units spread out left to right, and make sure that you're able to, if anything drops heavily on one side of the map versus the other, get enough people there. So looking right at our strong box, it is impervious. It has to be crit. Well, we got great news. Our crit chance is 256%, which means that we are guaranteed a crit here. And then we'll go ahead and make sure we have good coverage towards the left side of the map. So if we need to step on a bunch of stuff over here, we can, which we don't in this case. And that goes ahead and wraps up. Now, this 2,291 is literally the damage done while on the map. And that means that you can actually impact this by allowing grots to spawn. If you allow grots to duplicate, then you will be able to do more damage. And if you do damage, you can pass through the levels quickly. Now, I'm not saying that's actually a good thing to pass through the levels quickly. It may, in fact, not be a good thing to pass through the levels quickly. Now we go ahead and we look at our Chaos units, and we have to worry about things like a little bit differently here. It's 37%, 21%, 35%, 37%. Oh, where'd my Corrodius go? 37%. My Harkin actually has a very low crit percentage, but looking through, it doesn't seem as though I have any gear on any of my other units that allow them to crit. So this will definitely be the best team for me to bring. Angrax will start in the back simply because he can teleport his way forward, and he can actually step right onto a unit right away, and we can get ourselves some summons and start moving our units forward. We'll go ahead and pass turn. We're not going to pop any Poxwalkers yet, or even at all, perhaps. And then attacking from a range allows our Psychic Smite to pick up one of the gold tiles for us there. So that's another benefit of bringing Archimedes on top of the summons that we're going to get from him. Now, here we have an Ammo Grot. If this unit is overkilled, his ammo box explodes and all loot is lost. This is very important. This guy drops coins for you. Coins might not matter a lot right now, but they are going to matter eventually. So the question is, who do we have that does the least damage? And that's definitely going to be our Corrodius. However, our Corrodius can't get into melee range with him right now, so we'll go ahead, we'll move our Rotbone. Allow our Corrodius to get into melee range without it being from high ground. Actually, from high ground, you can see that he's barely able to kill it, but he crits and overkills, so I actually lose all the loot, and these are what you're trying to avoid. Well, I probably should have just played it safe and attacked from the low ground. Volatile, if overkill, deals damage and has no loot again. So again, this is another example of where we want to use our weaker unit and not go ahead and overkill, which I succeeded at doing that time, unlike the Grot. Now everyone needs to attack this. Archimedes does not have a higher crit percentage from melee than he does from range, so there's no reason to move him forward, and everyone else can move in, and we get the crit off, and now we start worrying about the rest of our units. And this is why it matters to bring in those high crit those high crit characters. And we will go ahead and lose just one pile of gold here, as we just can't quite get to it. Oh, I suppose we could try and pop some Poxwalkers, but no dice there. And you'll see, because this was a lower level map, I did 775 damage because units had less health, and I'm dropping items that are worn by Imperial units from the Chaos faction. So there's a little breakdown of Salvage Run. I hope that helps you guys out when you're looking for certain gear or trying to maximize your coins.